Hi everybody, welcome back to Resident Evil Village, and as you'll notice this is slightly different. That's because in this video I wanted to discuss whether it's worth buying the gold edition of Resident Evil Village, or if you've just got the normal version of it, should you invest in the Shadows of Rose DLC to give you the extra content. And it's funny, this has really, I tell you, it really amazed me. This DLC really did, which might be at odds with quite a lot of the Resident Evil community with what they felt about this DLC. But I'm not going to give away any of the storyline. But you know, so what do you get with this DLC, or what do you get if you buy the gold edition of Resident Evil Village? Well, you get the third-person mode, which shouldn't be sniffed at. The ability to go back and then replay the base game in third-person mode, a la Resident Evil 2 Remake, Resident Evil 3 Remake, you know, Resident Evil 4, 5 and 6, is definitely worth doing, and it definitely makes the game feel very, very different. I think one of the reasons why I enjoy Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8 Village, so much is the first-person mode, and that real sense of claustrophobia you get from first person, and the real sense of immersion. However, I do enjoy the third person mode as well. In fact, I can't quite imagine something like Resident Evil 2 Remake in first person. So that's worth the price of admission if you get it going cheap. You also get the Mercenaries additional orders, so you get some extra bits for that. But the star of the show is the Shadows of Rose story, where the outline basically is that you are playing Rose, Ethan's daughter, several years down the line, and we're going to follow her story as she gets involved in something to do with Resident Evil Village. And I tell you what, I thought this was absolutely fantastic. If you've already played Resident Evil Village and you thought the doll's house, you know, the House of Dolls, was scary, you are in for a treat, because Shadows of Rose is even scarier than that. It really is very, very special indeed. And the more I think about playing Shadows of Rose and how I played through it and how I enjoyed it, the more I want to go back and play Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8 again. It really does. For me, it added quite a lot to the story of Ethan as well. Again, I can't really say much because I don't want to give away any of the twists that happen in Shadows of Rose. But I guess what I could say is that her story is integral to his story as well. And I think it's a very important part of the whole Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil 8 story arc that occurs through both games. So I don't really want to say anything else. I don't want to give anything away, but I would say if you have enjoyed playing Resident Evil Village and you're thinking, should you buy the DLC, 100% obviously get it when it's on sale, get it then. Also, if you're thinking, should you buy Resident Evil Village and should you buy the gold edition, absolutely, 100%. Spend that extra few quid. Remember, you're going to get it on sale, aren't you? With the game being so old, and get the Shadows of Rose DLC included. You may well find you play the base game and then put Resident Evil Village down for a while because you've had enough of it, and then you'll come back to the Shadows of Rose. The way that I played it was I played the base game, and I enjoyed it so much that I went straight into the Shadows of Rose DLC and enjoyed that even more. So there we go, that's my opinion. The Resident Evil Gold Edition, absolutely worth buying, and the Shadows of Rose DLC, absolutely worth upgrading to. What do you think though? Put your questions in the comments down below, and of course I'll definitely see you again soon.